And we are back with the third segment of the GSMC Basketball Podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. And in this third segment, we are going to continue talking about LeBron James and the James family. And, well, not really the James family, more so LeBron James. And we're going to talk about how the Lakers, they want to reduce LeBron's contract after they made the contract and signed it and let LeBron sign it. It's confusing. It's very confusing. I don't know what the Lakers are doing. I really don't. But this is coming from an article from Total Pro Sports, right? So the report is that the Los Angeles Lakers are working to reduce LeBron James's max contract to create a cap space for free agency. Now, here's question one. Why even bother trying to reduce LeBron's contract? Why did you even offer him the contract if it's too much for you? I don't know if I'm making sense. Why offer LeBron James the max if now you're trying to take away money from the contract? That doesn't make any sense to me, right? But I digress. So, according to Woj, there's still a conversation with agent Rich Paul and Lakers on James taking $1 million or so below the max to keep team below the second apron and able to keep a little more roster building flexibility, sources tell ESPN, right? Now, the Lakers, again, they're working on a strategy to free up some extra money to add essential players during free agency, if they even can land free agency players. I believe one of the players that's still on their free agency radar is going to be DeMar DeRozan. And I think that's sort of what the Lakers are trying to go grab. And I can do another segment, if you guys would want, tomorrow talking about DeMar DeRozan and whether or not he is a good fit for the Lakers and my opinions on that. I can dive in a little bit deeper on that. But genuinely, I don't know if this will work, right? But this is sort of what the Lakers are trying to do. They're looking to reduce LeBron's max and create more cap space. Now, for which free agents, I have no idea. And I swear, if it's not DeMar and it's somebody else that they're trying to get, I don't know. Bad news for the Lakers. So, on Wednesday, it was reported that James and the Lakers reached a 2-year, $104 million max contract agreement. The contract grants James a no-trade clause and a player option for the 2025 and 2026 season. If James were to sign the entire maximum contract for over $50 million, the Lakers would slightly exceed the $188.9 million second apron. Once the Lakers have used up their whole salary, they cannot take out more funds. However, according to recent reports by ESPN's Dave McMenamin, again, forgive me if I botched that last name, King James is prepared to take a pay cut to add some essential players to the roster in order to play better in the next season. Now, again, as I said before, LeBron didn't take the pay cut. It doesn't seem like he is going to take the pay cut since he signed the max, but again, if it means that they're going to sign essential players, then maybe he is going to take the pay cut. Who knows? But Perk also had some bold statements about LeBron. Now, since the Lakers, they failed to add Golden State Warriors' Klay Thompson to the roster as Klay agreed to a deal with Dallas for $50 million for 3 years. I'm sure you guys remember. Perkins didn't hold back on First Take. He says, every time he steps on the floor, LeBron James is thinking about championships. Rob Pelinka is thinking about the future, Perkins said during the latest episode of First Take. So, I guess Perkins was sort of trying to take a jab at LeBron, saying that the Lakers, they're trying to build for the future, but LeBron wants to win a championship now. And quite frankly, I don't really see what the point Perkins was trying to make. Because obviously, if you are LeBron and you are still dropping 28 points per game, you're going to try to win a championship. I don't know if I'm just the only crazy one that realizes that, but if you are this old and you are putting up these numbers, you have to compete to win a championship. Every single year that you have a prime LeBron, you should be competing to win a championship. Why are you trying to work towards the future? What is that going to do? What kind of draft capital do you have? You drafted Dalton Knecht. That's not going to win you a championship. LeBron's going to win you a championship. Sorry for that little rant, but it doesn't make any sense where this criticism is coming from. Because why wouldn't you try and win a championship when you have the GOAT, the greatest basketball player to ever live? Why wouldn't you try to win a championship? Doesn't make any sense to me. Like, you didn't see the Tampa Bay Buccaneers working to not win a championship when Tom Brady was on the roster. You never seen the New England Patriots, despite Tom Brady aging rapidly. You never seen them try and say, "Oh, let's work and build for the future." Da 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 da. And it's like, what? Of course they're going to try to win. LeBron wants to try and win a championship now. In case you haven't noticed, he wants to pass Michael Jordan in rings. Like, obviously. I don't understand what the criticism is here coming in from Kendrick Perkins. It boggles my mind. But, anyways, could the Lakers work out a deal with LeBron that sort of frees up some cap room for acquiring other players? Would they be able to do it? I don't really think they can, because I honestly think that this is... So let's go ahead and look at I'm actually pulling up the Lakers salary real quick. So all the players, the current salary is $190 million. The tax threshold is $171.3 million. And the first apron is $178.1 million. So that's the first apron, right? Then the second apron is $188.9 million. So they're already well over, their current salary is $190 million. They are well over the second apron, right? Now, the draft assets that they have, they can trade a maximum of 2 2029 and 2031 picks, and they can also trade 2030, but not combine with the other two. So they have several other first-round swaps as well. They have a 2026 first-round swap, 2028, 2029, 2030, and 2031 first-round swap, and they have 4 second-round picks available, right? Those are their draft assets, and the exceptions is the second round and the veteran minimum, according to this tweet that I'm looking at from Bobby Marks. He's verified, so if you guys want to go ahead and follow him on X, go right ahead. But again, they are well over the second apron, especially with this contract that LeBron just signed. And quite frankly, this is going to really, really hurt the Lakers and their chances of being able to acquire more talent. And I know I keep saying this over and over and over again, but that's genuinely what's going to happen. The Lakers are going to be back at square one every single year with this. It's going to be just another cycle with the Lakers that go over and over and over again. It's like they think they're going to hit in free agency, then they don't. Or if they do get somebody in free agency, that player is going to get overhyped by the Lakers and by the media. Then, once the season starts, the Lakers are going to they're going to start out poorly, and then comes the criticisms. So, that new player that they got from free agency is probably going to get scapegoated. And it's going to keep going on. We're probably going to hear a lot of criticism about Bronny and how he's taking up so much money despite not playing in the G League. And then there's going to be people that obviously talk down on LeBron James, saying that this is all his fault for taking the max, this, that, and the other. Then the trade deadline is going to come up, and this is when the Lakers are going to try to pursue a trade. And then, once the Lakers try and pursue a trade, there's going to be talk saying, oh, we're going to trade for this player. Oh, we're going to trade for that player. Oh, we're going to get him. We're going to get him. Back and forth with the Lakers. And then they don't land that player for whatever reason. And then it's back to square one. Oh my gosh, the Lakers are bad. Oh my gosh, the Lakers messed up. The Lakers front office, back and forth. Then the Lakers probably make the play-in. Probably. I mean, it is LeBron. They're probably going to make the play-in. And then they're going to make it to the playoffs. And then they're going to lose in the playoffs. And that's going to affect their draft capital because they have They're in the mid-tier, so they won't be able to draft really high. Like, they won't be able to get a high pick in the draft, but they'll get a mid-tier player in the draft. And then we're back at square one with LeBron, trying to see whether or not he is going to be a free agent, going into his player options. So I basically just gave you guys the entire cycle of what the Lakers are going to do in the next season. So let me know in the comments how accurate you guys think it is, and we can go back to this podcast so that way, we can see just how accurate my prediction for the Lakers next season was going to be. Because let's face it, this roster is probably not going to win a championship. Now, I know I never doubt LeBron until the very end, until he's finally done, but in reality, I genuinely think that now, he's just done. I genuinely feel like this might be it for LeBron. This might be the final run for him. He might end up retiring after this season. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, just 1 year playing with his son, and I think that's it. Unless he plays pretty well. Depends. But aside from that, I don't really have any hopes for LeBron or the Lakers in this season. But again, I could be totally wrong. I hope I'm totally wrong. But that's all I have for this third segment, and those are my predictions that are going to happen for the Lakers. So now we will go ahead and go into the fourth segment, where I talk about Kemba Walker and his retirement, because he retired from basketball. And so, just going to talk a little bit about what he did as a player, just his impact on the game, his impact and really how much of a legend he was in college, because he is a UConn legend. So I will be right back after this short break, so be sure to stay tuned.
For the best and latest podcasts available anywhere, go to the podcast app on your cell phone and type in GSMC to access free content-rich podcasts on health and wellness, book reviews, sports, entertainment, relationships, social media, movies, technology, finance, and even weird news. Subscribe and download the GSMC Podcast Network's family of shows, available everywhere podcasts are found.